welcome everybody, and my name is Mark and this is John, and we have a very short video for 5 minutes on the topic of well-being. Just to kind of set the scene as to how we view well-being, I'll just show you a quick thought there. Our views are that well-being within the workplace is made up of 4 really key components, and today we're just going to have a short chat about the 4th one there, the kindfulness culture. So over to you, John.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's work in positive psychology around kindfulness and kindness, but I suppose I'm really interested to understand what the role of kindness is in the workplace.
Well, I thought about this, and it struck me that as I thought about it, that we generally think we are kind to each other. We work with our colleagues. We're civilized people, and we think there's kindness inherent in that, and I think that's true. The question is, what do we all need at the moment, given the times that we're in? And I played this thing in my mind about deliberately going to work to be unkind, to practice unkind behavior. What would the impact be? And of course, it would be massive drop of productivity, motivation, headcount, etc. And if you flick that around, at times you need to focus on actually being kind to get the opposite of that, especially during tough times. So. Yeah, it's a deliberate focus on thinking about how others are feeling at the moment, given the tough times we're in.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say a deliberate focus, because Martin Seligman, a positive psychologist, talks about how we need to have a 5-step model in the workplace, and one of those elements is actually building a culture. And he talks about building a culture all around, kind acts, kindness to people. And the research really supports the view that kindness produces productivity as well as well-being. But I suppose the question that comes to my mind is, how do you demonstrate kindness in a workplace?
Yeah, and it's a great question. And being a projects kind of guy, I like things in numbers. So I want 3 things to do, and that will make a difference here. So yeah, these are the 3 tips that I would have. The first thing that occurs to me is setting in our diaries deliberate time to express some form of kindness. So it's setting time aside where we will communicate with a colleague, not on work issues, but checking how they are, then offering support or thoughts, chatting about football, chatting about the weather. It could be social time, having a cup of tea, having a cup of coffee online. So setting time aside. It could be within a meeting, of course, but time set for interaction rather than getting run by this steamroller of work that we're all going through remotely. Second tip would be gifting. That is a list of people that we've got in our team, thinking I'm gonna give something to this person in the next week or 2 or 3, and it's in the lines of, I saw this and I thought of you. So nothing expensive or too crazy, but it may be a link, it may be an article online, it may be reference to a book, it may be sending them a book, may even be a bunch of flowers. But I thought of you, and therefore I wanted to send you this. And you can plan that. You can actually plan that out and say, I'm going to make effort to do that to my colleagues. And the final tip, John, is I realized a while back, I can't easily be kind to others unless I know what it is to be kind to myself. And Tony Schwartz talks about our rhythms, doesn't he? Our ultradian rhythms, that working for 90 minutes to 2 hours must then have a 20-minute break, so that we calm ourselves down, we re-energize. The way athletes train for high-intensity events, they don't train flat out, they take rest periods. So being kind to self teaches us, yeah, I really now need to express that to others and be concerned for them. So being kind to self first for me. So there are 3 tips there, John.
Yeah, no, really interesting. I was nodding away, listening to you. It was good. Yeah, I suppose, how can we be kind to others if we're not to ourselves? I mean, going back to psychology, Seligman, as well as other people like Dr. Paul Gilbert, talk about how kindness to oneself develops compassion. If we're more compassionate, we're able to be more consciously aware, so we're able to communicate better. So that's really interesting chat, Mark.
Okay, so just to let people know, do contact us. They're the 4 pillars that we see of well-being, and do feel free to get in touch with us, right, John?
Yeah, it'd be nice to hear from people. If anyone's got any thoughts about this subject, just reach out. It'd be nice to chat to some people and get to know you better.
And thank you, everybody, for watching.